Yo, and welcome. I haven't been here for a while. Unlocking Silicon Valley.
Wait, is this a game show?
The boys are all here. Welcome to the game show.
Happy podcast day, boys.
Happy podcast day.
Happy podcast day.
Who wants to start? Wait, actually, I'll start. The market has been wonky.
Wonky.
Little weird. Little Willy Wonka wonky.
Little Willy Wonky.
Little Willy Wonky.
All right, unpack that
And
for
what
us.
I mean is, for a while, I would say majority through summer, pretty like stagnant, right? Like fair to say, I was looking at an appraisal that I got back the other day. The appraiser said that for the year, home value prices are down 4% is what he determined for 95136.
He hasn't spoken to Mr. Sullivan.
Is that what he said too?
No, the market's up, he said.
I think as a whole, maybe right now, but it seems like for sure June, if you bought in March of like this year and then you tried to sell in June, hence I did, and lost some money, like it was pretty flat.
Yeah, I think from January we've been down, but since about July we're slightly trending up.
Yeah, and what I'll say about that is we talk about it every single year. Best time to sell, if you can choose any time, would be February or March. I think we're going to see a huge uptick in the market February, March of 2026. I don't think it's a bad time to sell, especially over the holidays. I think it's a misnomer, and it's not actually totally true. There's not much to compete with when you are on the market.
Well, you want current stats to kind of go with that?
I would love that.
All right, current stats, Santa Clara County, single family homes, 868. It's low.
Yeah.
Down. Definitely from the summer.
Anything under 1,000 is like so crazy.
We were way over 1,000, June, July, all that kind of stuff. Townhouse condos, kind of similar, 707 right now. Mm-hmm. But those are kind of tough to move.
Yeah, this whole balcony thing has really created an issue.
Not only has it created an issue, but it is domino affected onto other HOA communities where now all buyers who are looking at condos or townhomes are just overall worried about everything. Even if they don't have an assessment, is it to come? You know, when you're looking at these HOA docs, there's so many pages. Sometimes 800 pages in the HOA doc. You got to look for the specifics. What's in the reserves? You know, have they had their HOA certificate already, available and ready to be reviewed? HOAs as a whole right now, if there's an assessment and you can get in lower than market value, just know in the future that value will go back up, is just taking a hit right now.
But what kind of pisses me off is that this whole balcony thing started as a government thing. And it's good that they implemented it, I think, because there was like some issues, not really around here, but like balconies were falling off and there was a lot of deferred maintenance. But there was no infrastructure behind how we were going to go about it. HOA community says one thing, the people in the HOA board say another thing, the property management company says another thing, the lender says another thing, and then the homeowners say another thing. So it's all up when you go to sell or buy, and it's pissing me off because I've had 3 transactions fall through from it now.
All right, perfect. That goes into my segment. With the holiday season of Halloween, I'm going to call this segment Fear Factor.
Like Joe Rogan, pre-UFC.
That's right.
Pre-trend.
All right, we'll go around the horn because we're kind of on the subject right now. So what scares buyers or sellers the most during a transaction? So if you're a buyer, you're going to go in looking at a property, what things kind of freak them out? You're a seller, you're on the listing side, you're getting offers in. What freaks out sellers?
My number one, nothing really freaks out sellers.
Either or.
But number one for buyers, I would go foundation cracks.
So if they see vertical or horizontal, is there a difference?
Yes, there's a big difference, and I'm happy to explain that to somebody who, if you guys want to reach out. Yes, there's a difference. We can walk you through it. Some are bigger than others. My rule of thumb is if you can fit a coin, dime, quarter, whatever inside the crack, it's a decently sized crack, and we probably have a little bit of an issue. There's ways that we can circumvent it. But I think the seller's biggest fear is not getting offers at the price that they want, especially if you want 1.5 and I'm pricing your house at 1.298, which I commonly do.
Biggest fear for a buyer right now, if you're looking at a single family home, is issues that will come up with your insurance, roof.
Yeah.
If you buy a home and you got to come out with $25K, $30K liquid cash to immediately do a roof because your insurance won't cover you, I think that's a very fearful position to be in.
What are your sellers scared of?
Sellers right now are scared of I'll kind of piggyback you with the price point. I think for them, it's the unknown. I think the market has changed so drastically since the beginning of the year to the summer, now picking back up in the fall time, that they're fearful that the market has stayed the same since the summer. I think we're ticking back up from the summer prices. I see more competition and more offers, but I think that price point for them is, what if we can't get what we got at the beginning of the year? Well, this is what happens.
That's right.
Well, my buyers, I think, are most scared of unpermitted work. So any properties
Good one.
with things that are unpermitted, it's very, very, brings a lot of uncertainty. Whether it's just as easy as going to the city and getting permits for it, or do we have to totally redo it, or somewhere in the middle? And that uncertainty really drives them from making a decision, drives them away from making a decision. For sellers, I think they're scared of not getting an offer within the first weekend. I think, they expect homes to sell within 7 to 10 days, and if it doesn't, all hell kind of breaks loose. But it's normal for a property to be on the market for 2-3 weeks, and in order to find the right buyer and get that maximum exposure. So I think just setting those realistic expectations. That's what I think sellers are kind of scared about.
What do you think?
You guys covered a lot of them. Seller side, sometimes we'll get sellers like that are asking about like who the agent is and how like financially solvent the buyer is. So good thing in our county, we'll see a lot of like big down payments or, very, very high proof of funds. So that always kind of helps things out. And that's pretty prevalent around here. Kind of piggybacking the price thing too. I think if we are in a situation where prices don't come in that first week or even second week at where their expectation is, there's this thing, and we've had this a couple times, like, do we stay on the market hoping for that bigger price, or kind of like the saying is, usually the best offers come in that first week, or it's the first offer. So it's like, what do you do? Do we stay on and hope for something bigger, or do we take kind of what we have in pocket? So
Yeah, good one.
I think I have one more. It's sellers fearing that the buyer that they've picked out of all the offers may not close on the property because of all the uncertainties going in our in our markets. Trump might say something and just the markets crash next day, and they may not have liquidated stocks, and they would keep asking for extensions on extensions. So I think sellers are fearful about being in escrow with the wrong buyer.
Yeah, and I would say what I noticed a lot this year is that the real estate market, generally speaking, like single family in Santa Clara County, outperformed the stock market as a whole for so many years. This was the first year where, okay, if you had NVIDIA stock or Google stock or Apple stock, Facebook, whatever, if you didn't buy a house, your stock portfolio outperformed the housing
real
market quite extensively this year.
And then you mentioned appraisals. Have you seen anything with appraisals that is a factor in stuff?
I had an appraisal that was short in San Jose. We got docked for, at the end of the day, I guess backing it up, if you sell the house for 1.4, the bank sends an appraiser and they say it's worth 1.35, the buyer is responsible to make up the gap.
Correct.
Right? So when you look at the actual appraisal report, it's going to say how they determine their value, right? So if we were just like in the most prime street in that neighborhood, we probably would have been fine with an elevated price per square foot, but we got docked for being close to a school and then traffic noise from Capitol Expressway, right? So it was just enough to really hurt us, and ultimately we had to reduce our price. We got 2 different appraisals, both came in under ultimately what we went pending originally at. So something to take note of, right?
And did they have an appraisal contingency?
They did have an appraisal contingency because the house was a bit smaller. So the price per square foot was going to be super high, right? So something to consider. Just because you get an amazing offer doesn't mean it's always going to stick, right? So that leads me to something that I noticed recently. I don't know if it's the most professional thing to say or whatever, but very prominent.
But we're going to say it anyways.
A very prominent NFL player who plays for a local sports team. He's been known in the area for a really long time. He is moving from Willow Glen to Los Gatos, and I think he just completely overpaid for the property. It's pretty close to Rinconada. In my opinion, it's on the wrong side of Winchester. We have never seen price per square foot this high. It was $8 million all cash. And boys, what do we know about an all cash sale? You don't need an appraisal contingency, right? So there's no one saying...
Or an
hey,
appraisal period.
Right. No one's saying, hey, this is what it's worth. It was purely up to, I guess, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer to determine what it was worth. And I'm not sure what the hell they were looking at it, but I would be willing to bet if we keep this tape and we run it back in 5 to 10 years, when that house sells, it is going to sell for less money than what they bought for today. I said that 3 or 4 years ago when Debo Samuel bought in Barello Ranch. He overpaid, and guess what? He sold it for less than he bought it for.
Market Jacob, October 22nd, 2025.
And don't catch Aaron in the hallways at a Niner game.
I didn't say what teams.
Hopefully,
right.
hopefully he's not too big. Hopefully, maybe he's a kicker. So he has a chance.
A kicker. Oh, that's...
Eddie Pinheiro De Niro, baby. Hasn't missed a kick all year. But honestly, it kind of bums me out. I wish they didn't do that, because it inflates values for all of us. And I think that our team does a really good job of talking buyers out of houses. So, I mean, unless the house is like it's a nice place for $8 million, but I ain't never seen nothing over there sell for that much. So, God bless. I hope it works for their family.
All right. Well, transitioning. Ben, welcome back. You were traveling a little bit.
Thank you. Thank
you. European little excursion.
Mm-hmm. Call that excursion.
Yeah.
It was quick moving, 14 days. But I brought back some pretty interesting stats, and I hope not only you're listening to this, I hope my CPA is listening to this, so we could use this as a tax write-off here towards the end of the year.
So it was a business trip.
It was a business trip, absolutely.
I did research.
You know? But no, I would like 5 minutes. I have some fun facts I'd like to tell you.
5 minutes.
You can have 6 or
whatever
7.
you need.
Thank
Big
you.
ChatGPT layout guy.
No.
The bold and
Yeah.
the dashes.
No dashes here. Okay, so went to 4 different countries. Went to France,
First of all,
Italy.
when did you go?
Went at the end of September.
Okay.
Came back about a week and a half ago.
And how was the weather?
Mix between rain and some heat. Entering fall season in Europe, so it's not as hot as you may think it is. You got a lot of clouds, a few rainy.
So do we recommend going at that time of year?
You know, I would say if you can ever get to Europe, just go. Don't worry about the time of the year. Like, if you have the ability to go there, just go there.
Cool.
So went to a couple different countries. Went to France, Italy, Germany, and Amsterdam. And it's funny because, like, when we talk about location, it's truly, depending on which country you go to, there's different reasons that people own or rent. There's different reasons why you would not want to buy comparing to buying. So I thought I'd give a little tidbits from each. So France... You've been to France, very historical, a lot of things to see, a lot of luxury spots. You're basically paying for the history and the charm. The average apartment in Paris is 400 square feet, and even the 1 million plus euro homes still come with kitchens that are probably the size of a walk-in closet that you would find here in the Los Gatos. So you're definitely paying for the location on that. Property ownership, like California, very heavily taxed. Large capital gains taxes for anything over 1.3, you're getting hit huge. You even have a wealth tax when you sell, and annual property taxes obviously come with it.
God bless America.
Mortgages out there, much harder to get than the United States. They require at least 20 to 30% down. So you can't go into Paris with an FHA loan or something. It has to be 20 to 30% down payments, and they have strict income assessments. And the transactions are not held by real estate agents. They're held by government-appointed attorneys. Transactions take months. You have to sit down with someone. They walk you through. No disclosures, no inspections. You do it all once you get going in the process. But you have to hire a government attorney. You can't just, I want to buy a home. You got to schedule a time with someone.
Hence why it takes months.
Hence why it takes months. Could you imagine our market to be slow out here? Moving on to Italy.
Real quick,
Wait,
question. Yeah, go ahead.
Please, questions about France.
So, are you a buyer in France?
No.
It sounds like you found.
You have to plan it like a year out.
I say no because I'm coming from an air. I mean,
no, but
400
as an
square feet.
investment, you like it.
I don't like it. I haven't looked into the rental income out there, so that's a hard question to answer.
Maybe an
but-
Airbnb.
But you live
Yeah.
in Europe. I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever looked into buying in Paris?
Honestly, I didn't make enough money to even think about it.
But
at
it was
the
just
time,
like
but it was-
no-brainer to just rent. There's tons of options.
Yeah, I mean, rent was really cheap. I was paying like what £700 in London for one bedroom studio.
Okay.
So it wasn't.
So probably
it wasn't
400
Do
cheap.
they have
feet.
property tax there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. What do you got?
Would we say it's kind of like, my question was, would we say like if you're living that small, square footage and the kitchen, all kind of stuff, is it kind of like New York where like
Yeah.
everyone,
It's like New York.
You don't
yeah.
know any different.
Yeah,
Right,
Well,
so, like-
that's the thing. You're paying to live inside of Paris. You're paying for the commute. You're paying for the lifestyle. You're paying for the historic value of the property.
but you're probably not
paying-
hanging out you're probably out walking to
you're
work.
always out. I mean, everything in France stays open 24/7. Like
Yeah, so it's
like
a- it's a-
coffee shops, restaurants, they close at 3 a.m. So you're out there. I mean, you're outside at all times.
So it's a place to sleep and
Exactly.
shower.
Literally, I don't even think you make food in your own spot.
Right.
You go out to eat everywhere. They're on the same street. You can have 4 of the same restaurants, all on the same street, all busier than hell at night.
This is a snack
Yeah, it's
kitchen.
nuts.
Kitchen for snacks.
All right. What do you got next?
Italy.
Oh,
What part of
let's
Italy?
hear about it.
I went to Como. The real estate agents of Como basically saying you're
How
paying
did you get there?
by a train
By train. Okay.
5-hour
So
train.
directly into Como.
directly into Como.
Cool.
They say you're basically paying for a restoration project out there. Everything
Old.
is centuries old. It might be a joke. They say that in your property inspection, it will have in there before Columbus sailed the sea. Like, that's how old some of these properties are. Okay, so
BC sailed
So
the
all
sea.
of these places, 300-year-old windows, original plumbing fixtures, original outside, you can't change. It's like buying a home in a historical district in downtown San Jose, Los Angeles.
Interesting.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You can't change anything unless you go through a streamline of different people just to get approval on it. So it is what it is. Foreigners who buy, like you hear on social media, oh, you can buy in Italy for $1. We'll give you a home for $1, but you have to, live in Italy. Those homes come with 50 to 150 grand worth of work just to even make it livable. Like you're paying $1 for the land, and then you got to go through the process of everything there.
What kind of houses? Are they condos, like vertical
Villas,
living? Oh, okay.
basically villas. Paperwork and everything, as I mentioned, last month's go in, the restoration behind it, hard to get insurance for it. And again, for Americans who come in, massive language barriers, takes just months to even get through to people. So that's Italy.
One thing.
Questions on Italy,
Not
please,
a question,
hit me.
more of a statement
Yes.
that you can verify. So I would assume that they make it really hard to remodel and replace things
Very hard.
because
Historical value.
you want to go there. It wants to look like Italy. It wants to look like the motherland.
Yeah.
And keep Italy Italy.
keep Italy
Right.
Italy.
No one's coming in there and putting a modern
Can't even paint the color of a house. Oh, no. No.
Yeah,
whatever.
My flatmate was Italian from Rome, and he has 2 Airbnbs out there, and he tells me the Airbnb market's pretty nice.
It's crazy.
Oh, I
I
bet.
made the mistake of going to Italy and staying in only hotels because I'm American. But like the cities are set
yeah.
up for Airbnb, not hotels.
Oh, you were just there too.
And I was all pissed off because the showers are so damn small that you're like hitting your elbows. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it is up close and personal.
Yeah,
You
but
can hear it.
anywhere like the ice cream shop, there's 4 more stories of condos, and like that's just what it is. So like when you think about when we're hosting houses or whatnot, and people are coming from overseas to buy here because they have a job here now, they're totally cool with the little tiny bathrooms
Yeah.
because that's all they know.
That's what they're used to.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Super good point.
So, flying from Italy to Germany. Germany,
What
This
part
is-
of Germany?
Munich.
Munich.
This is interesting.
So this is the heart of the city center, basically.
Yeah. This is a renter's country.
Okay.
They focus on sustainability over ownership. Like if you have somewhere people rent for 50 plus years. If you have somewhere to rent and you're locked in, you're not leaving. Like home ownership is a longevity thing there. It's not like you buy to flip or you buy to rent. Like you own, it gets passed down from generation to generation. It's a long-term thing. 55% of Germany rent. And
Really?
that's of all ages.
So like if your parents had a house, then they're not selling it. They're
They would
giving
pass
it
it
to
down,
the kids.
and then I would rent it out, or I would keep it. And
But
give it
you're
to my
not
kids.
selling when you have, okay.
No.
That's crazy.
Um,
Was it simple? Did it seem like it was simple?
very simple. Ownership is not
It's like a BMW.
like in California, it's a status symbol. Like you own a home. Like this is your status. Like they do not care about owning. No one asks anything about it. Like the rental market is heavy there. A lot of real estate agents there are property managers. Like they focus on the rental market. Extremely tenant friendly, kind of like California. Very hard to evict someone. Very hard to raise rents. Like it's minuscule on how much you can raise it per year.
So
That's
not
it. Oh.
super like capitalistic heavy.
No.
Right.
Down payments are high, prepayment penalties are discouraged, and there's no easy HELOC culture. So it's once you're in, like you're locked in. And that's why they pass it down from generation.
So most
to
people
generation.
probably own it outright.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grandpa paid it
But
off.
how's the Germany taxes? Because if you don't have property tax revenue, then
Or capital gains.
Capital
or-
gains. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. The most interesting spot.
They make up for it in beer sales.
is that it for
And
Germany?
schnitzel.
That's it for Germany. Very easy for Germany.
Germany's just like, oh, that's interesting.
It's just I feel like when you're in a country, because again, like you're in California and the status of owning a home is so competitive, like you hence why property prices are so high, why there's so much competition when it comes to even offering, why the inventory is so low.
People move every 5 to 7 years.
But also, people are making more money in equity buying and selling
Yes.
real estate than a lot of their salaries. Right?
Yeah, correct. And that's the big thing in Germany. Just the prices to live are so low compared to here that keeping rent just makes everything flow. All right, last spot, Amsterdam, and this has got to be the most wild spot I've been to when it comes to real estate. It's all based off of not sinking and a 200-year-old tax
Not sinking.
rules.
In the water?
Amsterdam is built on the ocean. It's built on an island. It has slowly been sinking ever since it's being built, and they keep building on it. Everything's on top of each other. Everything is touching each other. And there's so many people now that it's forcing not only property taxes per year, but water taxes per year. And that water tax goes to canals and pumps that are pumping water outside the country. So it stays
So it's basically Alviso.
so it stays afloat. It's called the waterboard tax, and it funds pumps, canals, and barriers to keep the city dry. So not only do you have all of your property taxes, but you have all of these water taxes tacked on top of it. The homes are all built, like I said, on this island, but most of them are built on wooden piles that have slowly been sinking since day one. Every 80 years, it's a law in Amsterdam, you have to redo your foundation. So you can walk down the street and you'll see people redoing foundation every day. They all have basements. They keep digging lower and lower and sticking metal bars out
bless.
to keep it. Every day, someone's foundation is being built. So when you purchase a home out there, what you look at is, okay, when's the next time the foundation has to be fixed? And every home is tilted. It is absolutely unreal. So foundations have to be built every 80 years, and none of the land is owned by homeowners. You own your home. And then you got to pay a land tax to Amsterdam to keep it afloat.
There you go.
Wealth tax, waterboard tax, land tax. So you own the land.
We're not buying in Europe, it sounds like.
Amsterdam is a very tough spot to wrap your head around on how to just own long
No, but you said it like, one of the core principles of America is, capitalism and ownership.
Yes.
So it's cool to see the difference.
It's nuts. So in summary, you have France that tax the wealth and the tradition, Italy that protects the history no matter what, Germany prioritizes tenant security over landlords, and then Amsterdam is literally fighting for gravity.
Oh my god.
So it's interesting.
Great drop.
It's interesting how each country defines the value of their land. So it's like, when we say the cliche location, like each place you go to, you're either benefiting from it or you're getting into a massive
Sinkhole.
or just restoration project of having to upkeep something that you're now investing in to try and make money off of.
Yeah.
In the future.
Do these places have termites?
I mean, the ones near the water all have the dry rot and the mildew and everything. Termites, it's not as heavy.
They never made it across the Atlantic.
It's not as heavy here.
But everything's not. We have termites because a lot of things are wood.
Yeah.
Everything there is like cinder block.
Oh, that's
Concrete.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lots of
it's
metal.
different. Yeah. and just the amount of people who live there. Oh God! If we had that many people like in this area fighting over, it'd be diabolical. So that's the country.
That was
trip.
good.
That's the country trip.
Interesting.
Well done, Ben. Thank you.
World Traveler Ben. Christopher Columbus Ben.
How are we on
Before
time?
Christopher Columbus traveled.
Ben Columbus.
Oh man.
Well, speaking of all the historical things that you're not allowed to do there, our president went ahead and ripped apart the historical White House, and God bless him for that. It's going to give my mom a heart attack. So while you may own in San Jose and not be able to change your historical windows, Donald Trump went ahead and blew out the wing. So
It's now not the White House. It's called the farmhouse. Oh. He is going metal roof,
craftsman.
smooth stuck on.
Oh, boy. I said, oh, wow, we're just over here trying to redo windows, and he just, just go ahead and take that one off. Now that we're back from Europe, thank you, everyone, for tuning in and aboard the boat.
All aboard Mayflower.
The Ben traveling Christopher Columbus Express.
Next stop, India.
Yeah, next stop, H-1 visas and assembly bills. Market is shifting for the better, I think. And I think
Quick note too before we wrap this up. This will drop next week, which will give us about 20 days until our all famous casino night.
The world famous.
Fourth annual.
So for all of our clients who are watching this, obviously we sent the link out last week. We'll continue to send the links out to remind everyone on the date and the time. For those who don't know, November 14th.
Yeah.
It's a Friday from 5:30 to 10:30.
At an undisclosed location until you have
It's in the link.
Until you have the invite, or if you reach out to us personally, we'll tell you where that is. But we hope to see everyone there. Last year was an absolute riot. I think we had 250 people, so this year should be just as fun.
Love it.
So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, don't hire soft agents. Who you work with matters now more than ever. And we'll see you guys next week.
Boom.
See you.
Boom.